everybody out there in comic book land. My name is George Serrano, aka The Don, and I'm being accompanied by Cloudus Maximus and resident Power Rangers superfan Kevin Arner. And we are here to talk about Power Rangers, whether or not it gets a sequel, on the very first premiere episode of the CBC Roundtable, a brand new segment we're providing for all the Comic Book Clique members out there, where we sit and discuss things that have to do with movies, comic books, all kinds of media. And right now we're going to sit and discuss and dissect the idea of Power Rangers and whether or not it deserves or merits a sequel.
Yeah, we shouldn't even be having this conversation in the first place. And yes, it should get a sequel. But let's throw some facts and numbers out there and statistics, right? It didn't do well internationally, globally, box office, all of that mumbo jumbo. Unfortunately, Power Rangers barely broke even globally. It didn't do well in Japan, where it just kind of ended its box office run. They are, however, saying that it is going to depend on, I guess, the rest of the toy sales, including the legacy collections that Power Rangers has been throwing out with Bandai, and the home video sales, the Blu-rays, and all of that good stuff, which you should pick it up right now. It is available on Blu-ray. Power Rangers 2017, the movie. Go get that.
That makes a lot of sense. Cloud, how do you feel about the movie in general? Why do you think it's not connecting or didn't connect?
I love the movie. Every time I hear it doesn't connect, it just blows my mind.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody that's watched it or has seen the movie has seen it since Mighty Morphin.
Yeah.
And they're our age, and you got the kids that watch it too. I don't know.
It's,
how?
It's the kids maybe not understanding this new adult theme Power Rangers. Since the television show is still running right now on Nickelodeon, that is geared more towards kids. But it is this movie that we got this year that was geared more towards the nostalgic fans, the older fans, the kids that now have kids that are bringing their kids to go watch it. And I think the disconnect there was that wasn't portrayed enough, at least in advertising, when I guess is my assumption.
So you're saying that kids passed up on seeing this movie because they felt like it wasn't towards them, or?
I'm saying that the kids wanted to see it, but that the kids aren't as powerful enough to bring, like, I guess, all of the adults. Because granted, yes, if the kids say it's gonna sell, right? But in this particular case, I don't think the adults who used to watch this wanted to have anything to kind of do with that, since it was kind of it's still kind of taboo to this day for some reason. I don't know. Even given all the comic book multiverses that's going on and Comic Cons, and over the years it's been getting a little bit better.
So you're saying Power Rangers is the lowest on that total?
Power Rangers still has a tough time getting past that threshold the way that Iron Man did and Batman and Superman does. It's just, there is like I said, the television show is still running on Nickelodeon. It's geared towards kids. The movie this year was, I guess, geared more towards me, because I've never heard a Kanye West song at the end of a Power Rangers fight.
Right.
A
This
Megazord
was
fight.
Very different.
Very
more
different.
Violent. There's
Way
some
more violent.
Scary elements, emotional elements, and dealt with a lot of social
Rita Repulsa
issues.
was Elizabeth Banks. Come on, she was fucking amazing.
We
in
dealt
this
with a lot
movie.
of social issues. There were members. Billy had autism.
Yes, Billy was on the spectrum. Oh, and of course the history making moment where we kind of, she didn't say it, but Trini was she's of the LGBT community, but it almost went without saying, kind of how, like, Guardians of the Galaxy, the meaning of life is love. It went without saying, but Trini, and I heard this a couple of weeks ago, was the first ever superhero to kind of admit that on the big screen. Not in comics, not on television, but the big screen.
It definitely broke the mold, and Power Rangers has been breaking the mold for years, and that's why it has this staying power, why it's been around for as many years and has as many seasons. I mean, a lot of that has to do with what Japan has been doing overseas and how we've been chopping that up and presenting it to American audiences. If they were to do a sequel, do you think that they should follow in the vein of the main continuity that we know as fans? Because, like I said, there are new fans being born every day.
Yeah.
Does the next movie follow the events of Hour 5, doing things that they didn't do in the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers season, or do we follow that like a playbook? Do we follow the original television show like a playbook and just do the latest and greatest hits, basically?
I think they might do a little bit of both. They did a little bit of both with the first movie. I mean, they didn't keep it, one based when it came to, like, Mighty Morphin, and they even included the Zeo Crystals and stuff like that, so.
The inclusion of the Zeo Crystal in this year's movie was fantastic. I can't believe they almost saved us 3 other movies by, you know, bringing all of that together in such a beautifully written movie.
Well, there were tons of little trails of breadcrumbs, hopefully leading to sequels. Things like Rita admitting that once everyone finds out that the Zeo Crystal is here, that more will be coming.
Yeah. They set it up for the cinematic universe. Saban, stick to your guns. If you want to bring out 6 of these movies, bring out 6 of these movies. They don't all have to have Jason, Trini, Kimberly, Zach, and everyone else. But maybe we could do a multiverse where the Alien Rangers are in World 2 and now they're fighting, and then hopefully during the 6th movie, now you see this team, the Earth team with the Alien Rangers team, and now everybody's together, and it's this whole
bunch of Rangers.
It's this whole Infinity War thing. let's make it happen.
That's a lot of Rangers. But if you were pitching for Lionsgate and you had the opportunity to pitch what the sequel could be and guarantee that it makes money, what would your sequel entail?
It would be, you know, I would go with the Marvel's formula. I would just kind of have different worlds of Rangers out there, and then everybody kind of almost meets at the end, and let's just have this big climactic, almost like Lord Zed as Thanos. Like, let's just go with that formula. It works. I'm excited to see what Marvel's gonna do with it. I would love for Power Rangers to adapt something like that, but in their own different twist, and hopefully that can be something that the what is the word I'm looking for here?
Well, if they do that, if they did go into different worlds, what would your sequel entail? What would your sequel?
Oh, well, I would base it off the Power Rangers SPD. That's one of Disney's premiere seasons, that when they took over back in 2003. SPD aired in 2005, and I think to this day it still withstands the test of time. If you go back on Netflix, every episode is up there. It is phenomenal. It's about 32 episodes, and I think that would be the most epic Power Ranger adaptation on the big screen for the next one.
That's a glowing endorsement for Power Rangers SPD. Clout, how do you feel about the sequel, and where do you think they should go?
The sequel would be, well, my sequel would end with the command center getting destroyed.
It has before.
And we'll go into the 3rd one, and then my 3rd movie will go into space, and then we'll fight Zed.
But how does the command center? I mean, the command center just blows up in
They'll
the
get
second
there.
one.
Somebody's gonna blow it up. Bring the Machine Empire to blow it up. They know gadgets and bombs.
Even have Rita blow it up.
So the Revenge of Rita will be your sequel.
Defrost her ass and bring her back down, and hopefully she creates a better Goldar than what she thought she created, because he wasn't the Goldar of yesterday's past.
And I mean, they set up what the Green Ranger could potentially do. So I think that the easy thing to do is just go with Green with Evil, the whole candle, Rita zapping the powers, because she's the original Green Ranger. That even makes more sense now. And to have Zordon see another Green Ranger out there beating people up, that's got to be traumatic, because he knows what Rita did. I think that, but if it was just me saying personally, Lionsgate, I say you redeem Ivan Ooze. I say you get him out of ice, you dust him off the shelf, you bring him back, because I think a Freddy Krueger brainwashing, disgusting Ivan Ooze with CGI, could really be somebody to fear. I know Zed is on the shelf, but if Zed is going to be the ultra big bad, I think if he can have Ivan, before then, that would be perfect.
Hey, well, Naomi Scott, you're playing Princess Jasmine in the upcoming adaptation of Aladdin, so bring some of that Disney money over to Saban, and let's make a sequel, goddammit!
Pitch in!
I'm hungry now. I'm going to Krispy Kreme. All of this Power Ranger sequel talk got me wanting donuts.
Oh, no. Well, that's the end of the Power Ranger sequel talk, but we will end up having more conversations right here on the Roundtable. What an amazing conversation here. But before we end things off, do you think there's going to be a Power Ranger sequel?
Yes, there will be a Power Ranger sequel. There needs to be a Power Ranger sequel. Make it happen. Put it in the universe. Keep talking about it. Twitter it. Facebook it. Instagram it.
Even if we got to do a GoFundMe.
Let's get it. Let's go.
There we go. We could do that right here. And always know that all the greatest content is right here on Comic Book Clique. Go ahead and like, share, and subscribe this video. My name is George Serrano, a.k.a. The Don. On behalf of the Comic Book Clique Roundtable, Cloudus Maximus, Kevin Arner.
Woo!
And don't forget that you are worthy. See you guys.
We can be